I'm Pam Stevens with San Diego Public Library. One of my favorite books is Robert Heinlein's Stranger in a Strange Land. Valentine Michael Smith is a human born and raised on Mars, the survivor of an expedition to Mars raised by Martians. He doesn't know what human beings are. When he is saved and brought to Earth, he discovers what human society is like. This book can be read today not only as science fiction, which it is, but also as historical fiction about the 1960s, a time in our past, and it's a wonderful experience getting to discover humanity through the eyes of a human raised on Mars. Here's an excerpt when Michael has first come to Earth and he's being checked out in the hospital, and he's never met a woman before, and the nurse comes to see him. She answered carefully, "Yes, I am a woman." Smith continued to stare. Jill began to be embarrassed. To be looked at by a male she expected, but this was like being examined under a microscope. She stirred. "Well, I look like a woman, don't I?" "I do not know," Smith answered slowly. "How does woman look? What makes you a woman?" "Well, for pity's sake." This conversation was further out of hand than any she had had with a male since her 12th birthday. "You don't expect me to take off my clothes and show you?" Smith took time to examine these symbols and try to translate them. The first group he could not grok at all. Grok being the word to understand thoroughly that the Martians taught him. It might be one of those formal sounds these people used. Yet it had been spoken with force, as if he might be a last communication before withdrawal. Perhaps he had so deeply mistaken right conduct in dealing with a woman creature that it might be ready to discorporate. He did not want the woman to die at that moment, even though it was its right and possibly its obligation. The abrupt change from rapport of water ritual to a situation in which a newly won water brother might be considering withdrawal or discorporation would have thrown him into panic, had he not been consciously suppressing such disturbance. But he decided that if it died now, he must die at once also. He could not grok it any other way, not after giving of water. Fortunately, he composes his mind, and when Jill looks at him, she says, "That's what I thought you said. Brother, you aren't ill." The word brother he considered first. The woman was reminding him they had been joined in water. "I am not ill," he agreed, "though I'm darned if I know what's wrong with you. I won't peel down, and I've got to leave." The woman was gone. Smith relaxed and let the room fade away. He felt sober triumph that he had somehow comported himself so that it was not necessary for them to die. But there was much to grok.